Today's 1989 Batman.com/actionfeatures.net Toy Truck Review merchandise spotlight is on the Batman Returns Arctic Batman figure. As usual, here's the carded figure from the front. We've got the Batman Returns logo, Arctic Batman name, carded figure, accessories along the side. Awesome card art of the fully decked out Arctic Batman fighting out here in these polar ice cap region thing, I guess. Firing off his missile and just looking really cool. Cool. Alright, so here it is from the back. We've got lots of other figures in the line. We've got instructions on how to work the the Arctic Batman's accessories, his ice blaster, how to put on his polar armor, all that stuff. You know the drill by now. And there he is once again carded from the front before we take a look at the loose version. Alright. Here is Arctic Batman all out of the package. The ice blaster accessory. I'm not going to fill it with water for this, but I will show you that, you know, that was kind of a dud. I'll bet it does better with water inside. Well, you're supposed to squeeze this part into the water and soak it all up and then squeeze, and it shoots the missile further than what I just did. But for cleanliness' sake, I'm not going to fill it with water right now. But here's the figure. This awesome Arctic armor here just goes on by the clip in the back. And then you just kind of put this formed clear piece, which actually has the two little spiky areas for his bat ears. And then just kind of clips around him. He's looking all cool, decked out in that armor. Let's take that guy off there, though, and we'll just take a look at the figure. Same standard figure as usual, but looks really, really awesome in white and black. I think it just is a great contrast between those two. There you go. There he is. Let's zoom in on him a little bit. Let's not be shy. There we go. There he is from the front. Spin him around. You've seen this before. But, man, does it look cool in those colors. Alright, so if you want to see still pictures of this and you're watching it on YouTube, hit the info section and it'll take you to a link where you'll be able to check out pictures of the figure. But for now, let's grab him up, we'll take him over to the couch, do the review. Hey everybody, and welcome to another 1989batman.com/actionfeatures.net merchandise spotlight, toy talk review. Here it is. Today we're doing a Batman Returns figure, and it's extra special right now because Blaze has now seen Batman Returns. We got up early this weekend and he and I came down here and we watched it together. So Keaton didn't know we were watching it. Yeah. So, what'd you think?
It was a great movie. I liked the first one better. But
I also like the first one better, but it really kind of feels like two different movies.
Right.
You can tell that, you know, Tim Burton had a little bit more of his own influence into that. That was how they got him to come back for sequel, was that they said you could do how about this one's just like a Tim Burton movie, and not so much studio, you know, influence and, you know, the producers and stuff like that. This is a real Tim Burton movie. I really loved his take on the Penguin.
It was awesome.
I thought his take on the Penguin. A lot of people complain that the Penguin's too grotesque, or that you know maybe took him too dark. But I love his take on the Penguin.
It was so cool.
Yeah, well, you know, up until that point, Penguin's always been kind of a jokey type character. He's just wah wah wah, and just a fat guy in a tux.
Right.
I think he really turned Penguin. He kept the essence of that.
Right.
And his schemes of the Penguin.
Right.
But gave him so much more. And, you know, one of the cool things I like about the movie is that there's all these characters that wear masks, you know, and the two villains that you think of as the villains of the movie, Penguin and Catwoman, they're kind of sad, you know, they're kind of tragic characters, both of them are, and the real villain of the piece is the guy that looks normal, Max Schreck. He's the bad guy, you know, he's the one that's pulling both of their strings, and manipulating both of the people, and causing, you know, taking these tragic characters. Even though Penguin's doing horrible things, and Catwoman's doing some horrible things, it's really Max Schreck that's a villain. Right. You know. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I agree with you that I do like 8 and 9 better, but I love Batman Returns.
You know how you were saying about like the freaks and the masks and stuff? You're just like, what was the line that he said?
Oh, you're just jealous because I'm a genuine freak and you have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, you might be right. Yeah, it's man, so many good lines, and I love that suit. I love the Batman Returns Batman suit. They're both great. 89 and Returns are both great, but it was so cool to see the change of the suit.
Right, and I love how they had like that place with all the
different suits in there. Yeah, that was really cool. When you were watching that, you were going, "Why's he got so many different suits?" It's like, well, you know, just watch that type of thing. And then he did the hang glider scene with that one suit. Really cool. All right, so moving past all that, as you saw with the opening sequence today, we're tackling Arctic Batman from Batman Returns. I don't know why I chose this one. I just saw it on the shelf and said, let's do Arctic Batman. Arctic Batman was one of the second release, or the second wave figures, I think it was, maybe? But there wasn't, like, maybe he wasn't, I can't remember. But he wasn't labeled Series 2, but I kind of felt like maybe he was a second wave or something. But here he is. You saw the packaging shots at the beginning. Here it is again from the front and from the back. I love this artwork. Love it every time. I like on this one you could see like the polar kind of ice cap type things back here.
I think that one kind of makes sense for the movie because like the more ice type setting.
Penguin Arctic world type setting and things like that. Yeah, I agree. He's your standard Batman. Let's get him out over here. Well, let's talk about the accessories first.
Right.
He comes with this polar or ice blaster weapon, and it's this white weapon that you can fill with water and then put this missile onto, and then you actually can shoot it off without shooting the water. Here we go. You're supposed to put water in it though, and squeeze the water into it, put the missile on, and then the water pressure shoots it forward. They repainted this and used it again on Hydrocharge Batman, I believe it was. Hi, Keaton. The way it goes on is a lot like those old proton packs from Kenner, with the two clips that kind of slide over the arm. You see a lot of similarities in these different lines between other stuff that Kenner did.
Police Academy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's a straight reuse.
Right.
But this, I don't think it was used on anything else before this, because it almost has sort of that Batman-y motif to the design of the weapon. So I don't think it's a reuse from anything else, but it definitely does borrow its aesthetic or its design from like a proton pack gun. It's a cool little accessory, and I like the color scheme on it, the white and black type thing. Then he has... Oh, good.
I was just going to say, the one thing I really didn't like about the proton gun, like, the things were connected to it in the...
Yeah, you could never take the proton streams off.
I snapped mine off.
I did too. Okay, so he comes with this armored shield thing that I think is awesome.
It is really cool.
It's one of my favorite accessory type things in the line. You're going to say something?
My favorite accessory in the line was Hydro, like the one from the first one, the underwater Batman, the yellow and black one.
Oh, I think that's Batman Returns.
I thought that was...
I'm pretty sure that's Batman Returns. You mean...
Yeah, it's Batman
Deep
Returns.
Dive? Deep Dive Batman?
I like the thing that snaps around. It can work as a gas.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool looking, and it's all black. This one's neat because, I like the idea of a white, like a polar suit Batman. Like, this is something he would do if he had to go do, like, a mission in Antarctica or something like that. One of those,
like, special Batman Returns suits could be kind of like, more like a... I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, maybe he'll find that train of thought somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, that was the cool thing. We've said it before, but hi, Keaton. Keaton's playing with the crime control set. So it's one of the... We've talked about it before, but most of the things you see in the Batman Returns line for these Bat variants, it was Dark Knight Collection and Batman Returns were the first lines to implore Batman variants.
Right.
But it seems like almost they really thought it out and was like, okay, what would make sense for Batman to have? It wasn't just, let's slap some colors on it, there's another Batman.
Kind of like they did with that one Batman line when DC only had the rights to Batman.
Yeah, where they were crazy. Mattel line? You're talking about the Mattel line. Yeah, where they were just crazy variants. But this, a lot of them just made sense.
Right.
So this armor, it's really cool. It's just like this white piece. It's got these sort of two exhaust valves, and it's got this gold detailing. It's just really neat all overall, and it clips on the front. You're right there? And then it just goes over his head. And then it's got a clear, like, dome thing, and it even has two little points for his bat ears on the figure. So it all just kind of clips over there, and it's like a gear. Don't throw that around, bud. You don't want to break it. That's an accident. And then it's got a gold and black detailing, just like the figure is all gold, white, and black. It's a really cool armored piece, and they ended up using it again for, I believe it was Aerostrike Batman, maybe? And it was painted gold for that. But when you have a cool accessory that looks cool, it would make sense that Batman would use the same type of gear for different things, you know? The figure itself is the same.
I forgot my train of thought. What I was saying.
Oh, go ahead.
So, Batman has, like, the special different kind of suit, so he could have, like, one that has a little more heating or whatever inside of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, an Arctic suit to where he doesn't freeze, like...
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like a thermal type thing going on. Speaking of which, a guy had messaged on one of the, I think on the Laser Batman, where we talking about the waffle suit. He had sent me he said, "Oh, check out this issue of Batman where he goes up against where you have to stop some kind of electric or something like that. And he said the suit in that looks a lot like it. So I'm going to have to pick up that issue and check it out.
What comic was it from?
It was Detective Comics. I don't remember what issue number. I'll have to go back and look at the comment. But we'll have to check it out. So the same body as usual, the 5 points of articulation, same great Michael Keaton head sculpt, and this time it's now painted in white and black with the gold symbol and the gold belt. Overall, really cool color scheme. I like the gold and black, symbol and the gold belt, the way it just kind of contrasts with that white.
The white kind of brings out the black more, it seems like.
It really does. It's really just a bold look. It just looks, I like it a lot. That color
really
scheme is so cool. And I can imagine this being, in the Arctic, Batman on a mission in the snow caps or something like that. And this would still provide camouflage there. Even during the day when people are like snow blind with so white out.
Well,
You're just jealous because I'm a genuine freak and you have to wear a mask.
You might be right.
But what it all comes down to is who's holding the umbrella.
So overall, I love this variant. It's one of my favorites in the line. I highly recommend Arctic Batman. He only goes for like $10 or so. It's just a really cool Batman to have. If you want to check out pictures of it, you hit the info section of this video, and there'll be a link to the still pictures. Anything else you want to add on for Arctic Batman?
no.
All right, so we're going to sign off for this one, and we'll see you guys next time.